Hey guys, and welcome to the newest episode of MEL STARTS SHIT. I'm your girl Mel. This week I have a lot to catch you up on because I was a little under the weather over the last couple of weeks, so I haven't recorded a video in a while. But I've still been working. So here's what I'm working on. For some reason, I have been obsessed with the idea of portals lately, so I've been turning that over in my mind, and everywhere I go, I seem to be looking at items and interpreting them as portals. So I've been taking pictures of things, trees and gates and breeze breaks. So I haven't solidified in my mind what that next piece of work is going to be, but it's going to involve portals. I might just continue snapping pictures and visualizing things until I'm ready to put something down on paper. But yeah, portals have been heavy on my mind lately. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that I feel like I'm in a transition period in my career. I'm not sure, but anytime that I start seeing recurring themes or things popping up in my mind a lot, or recurring themes in my work, it's usually because it has a deeper meaning that is going to tie back into something that if I don't recognize it now, I'll see it later. So like last week, I was randomly doing like throwback posts on Thursday, and I ended up looking back at a lot of work that I did in 2013, and then I realized that like a lot of that work had chairs in it, and at the time I was going through a really long period of loss with my family. Like we had a lot of back-to-back deaths in the family, where 2013 started the journey of many deaths that would last through like 2017 to 2018. And chairs mean like hope or loss, or the longing for the return of someone. And so I only came to that years later in looking back at the work. So maybe the same thing will happen with portals, but whatever it is, I'm going to be obedient to that thought and that spark, because I believe that all the ideas that God gives me are just that, God-given. Okay, so aside from portals, I've been talking to my twin sister, Michelle, and we have been talking about doing a podcast or like a video series, one of the two, around some of our past projects in our consulting business and stuff, recounting our lessons learned and sharing with people so that they can glean from those things. And so that made me think, I've had a lot of like failures or flops and a lot of really successful things or flourishes in my art career. And maybe recounting some of those things will be useful not only to myself in the dissecting of the lessons, but also to other artists. So I'm going to start working on a series called Mel Did That, Art Flops and Flourishes, because I've done a lot. I used to really hold on to this quote by an art critic / theorist called Simon Najemi, which was one lives, one does not recount oneself. But as you get older, you realize that there are lessons in the recounting of oneself and one's actions and the dissecting of the things that we've done, and it makes it worth it. The retelling, the recounting, the need to understand and dissect makes the lesson worth it, the sacrifice worth it, the feeling of failure, because those lessons propel us forward. So hopefully with that series, I'm able to tackle that in a meaningful way. I'm still working diligently on my Taking Stock series, which is 128 2x2 inch pieces. They're collages mostly. And I started the work on it maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. I've already posted a video to my YouTube and my Instagram about how that process is going. So if you're really interested in that, you can head over there and look at that. And the other thing I've been working on diligently is trying to do story times for my YouTube channel, which is called Mel Did That. This is probably going to be on there, but I'm also going to share it on the No B.S. Just Art Substack. So if you're watching it there, well, yeah. But Mel Did That. So for Mel Did That, I want to do story times as well, because I've had some very interesting experiences with employers and other people, and just funny stories. So I had said to myself, okay, I hate being on camera, so let me animate these. And yes, I'm an illustrator and I know how to do basic animations, but I don't want to. So I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to watch YouTube videos and figure out how to use AI to do this. So said, so done. But what people who will go around railing about the use of AI in art and other things don't imagine or don't acknowledge is that working with AI takes a hell of a lot of patience. Because honestly, I thought this was going to be a little bit easier than if I drew out the scenes myself and animated it myself. But the truth is, it takes so much time, because you are writing these prompts, you are perfecting the prompts, you are giving AI the prompts, and then it is spitting back at you crap. And you have to go through loads and loads of crap images or crap things that's not following your prompts to get to what you want. So I'm very much still in the thick of it. At one point, I just yelled at the AI, "Never mind," and walked away. So we'll see what happens with these animated story time videos. If you see one crop up, just know it was a labor of love. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have in terms of new things that I'm starting. Something interesting that happened last week was that I had a new client, and you might have already heard about this, the rediscovery of the circle meditation series. If you haven't, check out my video on my YouTube or my Instagram about that, or even head on over to the No B.S. Just Art Substack and read about it. But as a result of rediscovering some of my work that I had forgotten about, I found these pieces, the circle meditation series. I found about eight of them that I had forgotten about. And I took my favorite one and I made an embroidered tote bag out of it, which is currently on sale at melscloset.com. So if you want to check that out just to get a look at it or whatever, please do. I also launched, this is really important, I launched the footprint collection that I've been talking to you guys about. So that's also live on melscloset.com. So thank you for joining me for this episode of MEL STARTS SHIT. I hope you check all of the things that I just told you about out. And if you have any questions about like why I'm working on certain things, feel free to email, comment, or smoke signal. Yeah.